being here. It's my great honor to be able to welcome the First Lady of Venezuela here to the White House. It is extraordinary to see what Fabiana and her courageous husband, Interim President Juan Guaido, have done for freedom in Venezuela already. Stepping forward, recognized by the National Assembly, Juan Guaido is the only legitimate president of Venezuela. And Venezuela is in crisis. After years of dictatorship and oppression, 9 out of 10 people in Venezuela live in poverty. 3 million people in Venezuela have fled their country under the brutal regime of Nicolas Maduro. Nicolas Maduro is a dictator with no legitimate claim to power. And it is the policy of the United States of America, at the direction of President Donald Trump, that Nicolas Maduro must go. It was our great honor when your husband took the oath of office as the legitimate president of Venezuela to be the first nation on earth to recognize Juan Guaido as the president of Venezuela. But to see him and his courageous wife stand before the crowds, take that oath of office under the Constitution of Venezuela was inspiring, not just the people across our hemisphere, across this country, but all over the world. And to see in the days that have followed the way the Maduro regime has brutalized the opposition, jailed a chief of staff, President Juan Guaido. Literally on the day that humanitarian aid under President Guaido's leadership was attempted to be brought into the country from Colombia, Nicolas Maduro danced in Caracas while his henchmen murdered civilians and burned medical supplies. We call on nations all across this hemisphere to join with us to stand for freedom in Venezuela. And we call on nations across the world that are supporting the corrupt regime of Nicolas Maduro to end that support. The United States views Russia's arrival of military planes this weekend as an unwelcome provocation. We call on Russia today to cease all support of the Maduro regime and stand with Juan Guaido, stand with nations across this hemisphere and across the world until freedom is restored. But to the First Lady of Venezuela, it's my great honor to welcome you here today, to express the admiration of President Trump, the First Family, our family, and all of the American people for the courage that you have shown and that your husband have shown on behalf of freedom. And our message, very simply, is that we're with you. And the United States is going to continue to stand with you, stand with your courageous husband, and stand with freedom-loving people in Venezuela until your libertad is restored.
Hoy debo agradecerle al presidente Pence, a la comunidad internacional, a los Estados Unidos por el apoyo y el respaldo a la causa de Venezuela. Hoy nuestro país es un tema de libertad o dictadura, de vida o muerte. Quienes hoy están pagando las consecuencias de 20 años de rencor y de odio son nuestros niños, que se están muriendo en los hospitales, que se están muriendo porque sus papás no tienen cómo llevarles comida a su mesa, que se están muriendo porque hoy el 80% de nuestro país sufre una crisis energética. Hoy Venezuela no tiene luz. Hoy la dictadura pretende quebrarnos la moral nuevamente al sumergir al país en una eterna oscuridad, penumbra y zozobra. Pero muestra de estar aquí es de que sí hay luz, es que sí lo podemos lograr. Es que Venezuela decidió cambiar para jamás retroceder a una dictadura que asesine a nuestra infancia. Hoy es un tema de devolverle la sonrisa a nuestros niños. Hoy hay que devolverle la esperanza a todo un país. Y el desenlace en Venezuela marcará historia para que los países del mundo jamás pasen por lo que nuestro país hoy está pasando. Hoy yo debo dar las gracias porque no estoy solamente acá en representación de mi esposo o mía personalmente, sino de todas las mamás venezolanas que quieren que sus hijos vayan a un colegio, estudien, se gradúen, tengan tiempo de distracción, puedan ejercer en su país, puedan formar una familia en Venezuela, puedan morir en su tierra, y no que nuestros niños estén pasando hambre, necesidades, o que tengan que dejar de estudiar para ver qué consiguen de comida para ayudar en sus hogares. Hoy es vida o muerte, y yo sé que la vida es la que va a triunfar. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, quisiéramos ante todo dar la bienvenida a la primera dama de Venezuela. Para nosotros es realmente un honor.
Okay. I would like to thank you, Mr. Pence, and I would like to thank the international community as well, and especially the US for the enormous support they have given to the Venezuelan cause. Today in Venezuela, it is freedom or dictatorship. It is life or it is death. And those who are paying the price of this hate are the children. Children who are dying in hospitals. Children who are dying because they have no food. 80% of the population in Venezuela has no power. They are trying to break our morale. They want to submerge us in eternal darkness. But let me tell you that there is light, and the light is here. So I have come here to say that we are going to bring smiles to our children again. We're going to bring hope to our people again. Because today, with my husband, what we want to do is help those mothers in Venezuela. We want children to go to school. We want children to be able to graduate. We want children to be able to play. We want people to stay at home. We want people to be able to die in their own country, in their own land. It's a question of life and death, and we want life.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. We're with you. Vayan con Dios.
Amén.
Thank you all.
Thank you.